Welcome back everyone. I went ahead and did a battery comparison between both the iPhone 12 and the iPhone XS, and what I found was something that was very interesting, and I think pretty much everyone who has an iPhone that is still supported with iOS is pretty much affected by this specific issue. And basically how this battery test works is it's just a ballpark. It's not like a crazy big huge comparison. It's just like a quick little one that I wanted to see. Basically I just use both phones until they die and just see which one lasts the longest. That's pretty much it. Now, battery sizes, you're still getting a bigger battery size on the iPhone 12, so keep that in mind. But I think you're getting a high resolution display and a bigger display on the iPhone 12. So kind of keep that in mind. So how this test works is basically I just put both phones at maximum brightness. I play on both the same exact things. If I play a video on one, I do the same thing on the other. And I just kind of wait and see on which one dies the longest or which one takes the longest to die. So about an hour and 5 minutes into this whole entire comparison, both phones are on max brightness and no apps in the background or anything. I saw that the iPhone 12 an hour and 5 minutes later had 90% battery life left, where the iPhone XS had 81% battery life left. Now that in and of itself was kind of expected. I wasn't expecting to see a crazy big difference, and this was a little difference. It wasn't an insane amount, so I kind of let that one slide. It's nothing I can do about it. I can't affect this, so I was like, all right, whatever. It's like predictable. Then about 2 hours and 49 minutes into this specific comparison, this was something that was very fascinating. I saw that the iPhone 12 had 64% battery life left, where the iPhone XS had 35% battery life left. Now that in and of itself really made me start questioning, and this wasn't the first battery comparison I've done. Even on this specific comparison I've done more, just yesterday I dropped even more, and I can definitely say I wasn't thinking that the iPhone XS at the time was the problem. I thought the software was the problem even at this point. Now eventually a couple hours after that, so 4 hours and 30 minutes in, I saw that the iPhone 12 had 45% battery life left. The iPhone XS was completely dead. That phone was not powering on, it was just a dead device, and that was about the time this device died too. So that in and of itself was really surprising to me, because on my battery scale that I made, if you guys watched yesterday's video, that pretty much fits into extremely different battery life. You're getting a way better battery life on the iPhone 12 than on the previous phone, which is the iPhone XS. Now, this is how I'll break this down. The iPhone XS, there's no way there's this big of a battery difference between them. And I'm not saying it's my fault. Maybe it is my fault, I don't know. But I think it's iOS 14 is the problem, because on all my iPhones across the board, including the iPhone 11 Pro, they are all having worse battery life than the iPhone 12 series, including the 12 Pro, and that has worse battery life than the iPhone 12. So this in and of itself doesn't really make too much sense to me. In my opinion, I saw better battery life even on my iPhone 11 Pro than these phones, but now because iOS 14 came out and it's in its first generation of software and everything, we're running into a lot of different problems. So I think the iPhone 12 has pretty good battery life, especially considering the fact that it's beating all these other phones. But I think that eventually, like if I had this on iOS 13, which I have to go get an iPhone XS, and I have to get a lot of phones on iOS 13, so I have to rebuy those, because this is too big of a deal, because it's just so annoying how basically a new software will come out and a new iPhone will come out. So when you compare those, the previous generations just look so bad. And I don't think the iPhone XS was that bad. I think the iPhone XS battery life was okay. It definitely wasn't the best. But even if you rewind back when iOS 12 came out for the first update, we were seeing that the iPhone XS had better battery life than the iPhone 10, and even phones like the iPhone 7 Plus on iOS 12, because iOS 12 is more optimized for the XS. In this case, iOS 14 is more optimized for the iPhone 12s and not as much optimized for the iPhone XS or the 11 Pros, if I'm being honest. So because of that, you're going to get worse battery life on this device. So that pretty much covers it up. The iPhone 12 has better battery life, but I don't think it's as crazy as how this specific comparison was, because iOS 14 does have a lot of issues and it has a lot of battery draining issues as well. So that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.